Hi everybody, pardon the graphic. I'm not trying to rip on Christianity, Monopoly, or any of the situations and any of the, articles thereof. This is coming out of Switzerland. Switzerland is following Iceland. They're getting rid of the Banksters. And I'm going to go into this story. This is actually very good because this is showing that one country at a time, everybody's noticing that all their problems come from these central banks and these central figures that are basically allowing Soros and half a dozen other, puppet billionaires, so to speak, to push all the money into all the crazy crises through the world. And that's how we have the banker wars and everything else that go on. And they know that once they get rid of these guys, it's all peace and love, and you still have an economy, and you can still have people living in $1 billion house and $1 million house and a house that's worth $100,000, and it's still good. So Switzerland follows Iceland, declaring war on the Banksters. This is amazing, folks. I mean, one by one, these guys are falling. I think very soon we're gonna see. We're going to see these guys falling in our lifetime. I think it's coming down to that point. I think this is what the John Teeter leak was about. It really wasn't about a war that never happened or won't happen. It was about basically bringing control back to the local authorities and everything else, and stop allowing all these crazy things to exist, like the war on terror and drugs, which is about just creating a product in one company or country and demonizing a group of citizens using the product in a tertiary country, and then telling them they can, be put away for the remaining years of their life because they used a product which is from another country, which their intelligence agencies were backing in that country and forwarding in the one they were living in. So I think we're finally getting away from that logic, and thank God. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to see almost all the major, intelligence agencies and all the major, sponsored groups thereof in the criminal justice world start focusing on what really needs to go on, rather than just hyping up, something they're told that they need to do because this is what's new and popular. And if they were to have ignored it all and just caught the CIA guys that were doing it, caught the Mossad guys that were doing it, they could have rounded up and dashed them off to prison like they did the bankers in Iceland, and they could toss in the intelligence guys with them, and bam, your economy would be fixed. Anyways, folks, let me get back to this. This is actually pretty good. Alright. Basically, there's a quote here, and it basically says, if you want to continue to be slaves of the banks and pay cost of your own slavery, the bank, then let bankers continue to create money and control credit. That's by Josiah Stump. I saw a meme on Facebook the other day, folks. It was basically saying, trying to think, basically saying, I have to work 40 hours a week because some computer monitor in some call center says that I owe them money? This is ridiculous. And that's basically what it is. And basically, they're talking about here that Iceland has gained admiration of the populace in recent years by doing that which no other nation in the world has seemed to be capable of doing. Prosecuting criminal bankers for engineering financial collapse for profit. And what my part is basically the engineered reality that we exist in as it is right now. And basically, Switzerland will hold a referendum to decide whether to ban commercial banks from creating money. Yes, that is it. The Swiss federal government confirmed Thursday that it would hold a plebiscite after more than 110,000 people signed a petition calling for the central bank to be given sole power to create money in the financial system. No, you don't do that. Basically, the campaign's led by Swiss Sovereign Money Movement and known as the Volgelv Initiative. It's designed to limit financial speculation and require private banks to hold 100 PC reserves against their deposits. That came from the Telegraph. So, there's a lot here. This is just the beginning, folks. These guys are basically going to be kicked out. There's going to be one referendum versus another, and that's going to be that, folks. It's not going to be anything major than that. And that's basically what we're going to see in the world we live in. And pretty soon, all the solar-powered stuff and everything else is going to be legal to own and operate and everything else. And we're not going to be on the government central banking system anymore. So the laws that basically require us to use the central banking products and services will no longer be around. That means no more war on drugs, no more war on terror, no more bullshit on this or that. And everyone lives free and happy. Doesn't mean people don't go to jail occasionally. But, you know, it'll be better. Your police will end up back as peace officers with 6 shooters. They won't be militarized because the money to back them up militarily won't be there. Basically, what everybody sees is a 1950s society plus the technology we have today and advancing. That's what everybody sees when the central banking systems finally collapse for what they really are, basically terrorist networks that go back to the highest billionaires and trillionaires on the planet that basically market our realities for us. We'll still have TV, we'll still have entertainment. I mean, South Park will still be on Central, Comedy Central will still be there. I mean, we'll still have all the things we love, but, some things versus others will be sacrificed. More food will be made more locally. Services locally, and everything will be pushed harder. Your locals will have more control. Lots of more other things. Thank you.